Good evening, friends, fellow channel members. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, isn't it? It's alright. For a mad moment there, I thought it was Tuesday. Thankfully, the week is going to end sooner than that. But yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. I have no idea what day it is. I hope you are all doing very, very well. Thank you so much for joining us in this preview stream. So the new Olbia Costa airport in Sardinia, which is just it's on the northeast coast of Sardinia. From Orbx is where we're flying to tonight. There, this is version 2 of the airport that they've got out. It's obviously upgraded, better refined, and we're going to take a little look at the airport once we get there. This is set to release, I want to say it's either the 17th or the 18th, so it's not far. It's within the next few days. But yes, this will be available to you guys very, very soon, and it's a great place to fly into because there's just so many different flights to fly to. But it is one of those airports that is much busier in the summer months, obviously, than the winter months. So the flight we're doing today is a real ops flight that Easyjet do fly, just not during the winter. So once again, we're on our usual default channel call sign Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. So that's pretty much how we're set up for today. So a big welcome to you all. Thank you for joining us, coming on board. I see our amazing channel members are getting seated, seatbelts fastened. Good evening to you, Dave Butler, A, Sarah 2411, James. Good evening, Kevin. Good evening to you, D-Seeker, Elliot as well. Hope you're doing very, very well. And to everybody else, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Dan Nick says, evening, Gav. Me and my 19-month-old are settling down to watch you for the evening. Well, Dan, hopefully I can put him straight to sleep for you. It shouldn't be hard. And for those of you watching on Twitch as well, good afternoon, or good evening rather, on Twitch. Hope you're doing well. Shouldn't face every day is the same now until Christmas is finally over. Fair enough. I hope you enjoy Christmas. I half enjoy it now that we've got kids more, but I also half enjoy it less because there's a lot more to think about and usually a lot more mess in the house as well. Aaron 2, good evening, says, yo, just checked out the channel over on YouTube, and wow, didn't realise the community is so big. It is true. We are much bigger on YouTube than on Twitch, but either way, great to have all you guys here with us tonight. And ATC Swedes in the house as well. Good evening, Elliot Woodford. Good to see you, mate. Elliot, Sardinia is on your bucket list to visit before you die. It's beautiful. It is. It's a beautiful country. Tomorrow is going to be very windy, so actually, if anyone wants to fancy visiting Sardinia tomorrow and also have a bit of a challenging flight, I think tomorrow morning would be a good time to head there and give you something to do. All right, well, let's jump into it. We've got a couple of interesting things tonight, given the flight that we've got. Let's bring up the briefing. The briefing is pinned into the chat as. Sorry, I've just got completely distracted in the background there by a Christmas carol. I'm not quite sure how that made it into the playlist. I mean, if you are going to have a Christmas carol, now is probably the right time of year to have one. But yeah, well, there you go. I'll resist the urge to sing. You guys can sing along if you wish. Anyway, yes, so here is the operational flight plan on screen. Now, first thing you notice, underload is 0. What does that mean? We are heavy tonight. We'll not heavy in terms of, takeoff weight, but we're going to be heavy in terms of our landing weight. Only, less than 500 kilograms, half a ton, off our max landing weight tonight. Basically, we've got no room for extra fuel, so the refuelers are only going to be able to put in what's on the plug tonight. So, yeah, we are maxed out, which is quite rare. We don't usually see that too often. And hey, Mona, good evening. Celebrating 7 months channel membership, Mona. Thank you so much. Amazing stuff. Thank you for your support over the last 7 months, Mona. Great to have you here for our live stream tonight once again. So yeah, there you can see we're not going to worry about what extra fuel we're going to be able to take because we're limited. We can't take any more than plug fuel. So that's it. Costings are 4, that's normal. Tailwind 17, cruise temperature 50, yeah. Max shear rate is only 3.6, that's fine. Payload cargo has been limited by max 0 fuel weight, yeah, that's fine as well. So looking to depart runway 17, I think we've got some ATC knocking about as well tonight, so we'll check that out. Runway 17, a nice easy ILS approach. Runway 23. 440 miles, about 1 hour 7 minutes flight time, and that's it. That's our plug fuel, 6.2 tons, with a CNR of just under 3 tons for the diversion to the alternate. Humber 8242 asks a very good question over on Twitch. When are we off to Lapland to visit Santa? Yes, our Santa special stream is a week tomorrow. That's the 18th, I think, a week tomorrow. And honestly, book a day off work. There are over 40 giveaways, 40 giveaways, and that will be a full 8-9 hour day stream as we fly up to Lapland, turn around and come back. And there's all sorts of things to consider with that flight, things like tankering the fuel, because fuel is very expensive up in northern Finland, so we'll want to be able to take as much as we can with us. But anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit more if you want me to when we're in the air. Let's concentrate on let's concentrate on our flight tonight. So yeah, we know what plug fuel is. That's what we're going to take. Is that going to be a concern for us? Probably not. Just looking at the route that we're taking there, nothing there's for concern. Weather down in Sardinia looks pretty nice as well, so that's fine. Shunter picture fair. Is it the 25th? You've got me wondering now. What is the date next Thursday? It's definitely next Thursday. Definitely next Thursday, a week tomorrow. That's when we're doing it. Yeah, why did I say the 18th? It's not the 18th at all, is it? So, there you go. That's the day I've been given permission to basically avoid the kids for the day. So, that's when we're doing it. Yeah, so weather looking inside here, that's fine. All the alternates fine as well. Rome's fine, Pisa's fine, Naples is fine, Calgary is fine. So, I shouldn't have any issues tonight. It should just be plain sailing. Then again, we've heard that before. What have we got? So just checking to see if we've got any taxiway. Tango Zulu has been complete with drone crane. VOR Victor November Echo is unserviceable. All right, nothing there that's going to be too much of an issue for us. Apple Pie, thank you for subscribing. Great name. And then what we got, no times wise at our destination. Met info on the bar measure. Okay, that's don't need to worry about that. ATIS information broadcast is reliable except for the date and time group. Okay, don't need to worry about that. A few stands closed, so we'll do our best not to park in any of those. Yeah, okay, so nothing there with regards to like the runways or anything like that. That's fine. Okay, so we're happy with all of that. I've done my dispatch calculation. There's no regulated landing weight there, so that's all fine and dandy. Let's have a look at the charts then. So, where are we? Here we are. So we're parked down at the remote stand on Lima, just there. 17 right, I believe, is the one for departure. That is a massive runway. I didn't realise that was so long. That's 4 kilometres long, isn't it? Right, well, hopefully we've got some intersection data, because that's going to be a long old taxi if not. Let's have a look at the departure itself. Oh, couldn't get more straightforward, could it? Straight out. Oh, we literally are straight out on the Roman 4 Sierra departure. Just down here, I have 1, yeah, that's fine. Climb on track, 174, 2,500 feet, direct runway. Fine, yeah. Speed restrictions, more or less, more likely not. Nope. Noise monitoring points just there. Don't want to affect them and upset them. Transit altitude 5,000 feet. Okay, that is nice. That is very nice and straightforward. So, without further ado then, shall we go find our jet, get ourselves set up? It was raining a little bit earlier on. I think that's stopped now. So We'll use wet figures when we do our performance for calculation for takeoff. But yeah, here we are. Nice airport. We don't visit Lyon too often. In fact, the last thing I remember about Lyon is there was a massive bump in one of the taxiways somewhere, I think. I don't know if that will still be there. I guess we'll find out as we're going. Ace think you're going to be distracted in the background, carols as well. There's nothing better than a brass band playing carols at Christmas time in your local supermarket. If you see them, do support them. I do have a vested interest in that, so yeah, that's my little memo to you all for the day. Right, let's get on board. So aircraft in its turnaround state as per usual, and you can see here we're connected via external power, pumps are off, packs are off, naval lights are on. We just want to check usual stuff, thrust levers, parking brake, flap spurs, they're fine, acupressure is good, okie dokies. Have we got then some, is the 80 still knocking about? Good if it is, yeah, where is it? 12618, let's give that give it a shout. 12618, and see what we've got.
Recorded at 1930 UTC. Expect ILS runway 17 left. Arrival runway 17 left. Departure runway 17 right. Departures for Sierra. Transition level 70. Wind variable 2 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Light rain showers. View 3000. Ceiling broken 3600. Temperature 8. 2.6. QNH 1006. Confirm on first contact information Delta. Received.
Okay, well, we've got everything we need there, and I think we could agree to departure clearance here as well, which is not something we get to do very often, so we might as well go for it, see if it works. So AOC, ATC request, pre-departure clearance. We are at gate number 13 Lima, I think it is. Let me just check that. Getting the right one. Yeah, it's Lima 13 actually. So Lima 13. 8 is we've just received Delta. Aircraft type A320, and the station is Lima Fox Lima Lima. So let's send that off and see if we get our clearance through. What am I using to tune the radio? Oh, I am using the mouse pointer. Oh, hang on, have I not got it turned on? Oh, bear with me 1 second. 1 minute. If you can't see my mouse cursor, I will sort that for you. Yeah, there you go. I am using that. There's no fancy hardware, so no, that is just me. Right, let's continue with the setup. Good, QNH 1006, that's fine. Audio control panel, that's set up. Let's make sure that's monitored. Switching panel, that's fine. Good. And then I've already said all of that is fine. Squawking 2000. Put the constraints on 1006, and that initial climb was 7,000, wasn't it, for our departure. A couple of messages come through as well. Just tell the ground crew they can begin loading, and yes, we're going to be loading with plug fuel, something we don't often do. So let's now start setting up the box. Aviate, good evening, good to see you, hope you're well. Elliot says the stream looks particularly crisp tonight. No, it's normal stream, but are you running at a higher resolution? Elliot, no, I'm not. But do you know what I have done? I've upgraded the internet in the office because we've been having a few issues, haven't we? So I'm hoping now that the old Peppa Pig moments will no longer exist, and hopefully everything will look just a little bit smoother and, as you say, a little bit more crisp, perhaps, on stream as well through streaming. So maybe that's it, Elliot. Maybe that's the difference that we've got. Alright, let's continue setting up all that stuff. So we've got IRS, yeah, 3.5 greens. GPS, yeah, they're all working. Good. Should be at this part of the world. Aircraft status, we've got valid Orbx cycle. Good. Let's do our inner request then. wait for that to come through. Elliot, it's slightly noticeable, is it? Fair enough. Fair enough. In that case, it was worth it then, wasn't it? It was worth the screams from my children when I disconnected the internet to faff around with it earlier. My tablet won't work. I can't play Minecraft. So our flight number is Alpha 34 Alpha Mike. Cost index of 4. Temperature is 8. There's a pre-departure clearance come through. Let's hit that before it starts making horrible noises at me. Runway 17 right, runway 47, squad 1000, we're ready call. Okay. Oh, wrong side of the page. Call for enable call voice. Yeah, okay, and roger. Send that off. There we go. Don't see pre-departure clearances very often, but nice when they work, isn't it? Yeah, so 8 degrees. Let's drop 31324. Iris in it. 45, 42, 9 north, 549 east. Okay, that's with the limits. We'll take that. What we're cruising at 37,000 feet and 50 degrees. Right, so as we've just been told in the pre-departure clearance, it's 17 right for departure. Romas 4 Sierra, which is the nice easy one. God, there's a lot of departures here. It's not the biggest airport in the world, is it? It's got loads of departures. Romas 4 Sierra. Insert, and then the arrival in Sardinia is ILS 23 and Corsi 3 Mike. Now it's going to ask me what the veer is, and I can't remember. Oh, this is one of those where we might be able to sneak in early if we can get down. We have to avoid the terrain, obviously, but we'll talk about that later. Is it coming in via Milius? That would make sense, wouldn't it? There we are. Lovely. So that gives us a distance of 348 miles, and I've got... Sorry, 438 miles. I read that completely backwards, didn't I? 438 miles, 440 miles there, so that all makes sense. Wonderful. A couple of navies, so we've got LSE, so we'll just hard tune that. And now we'll have a look at our init B page. As I think the load sheets come through. Pre-departure clearance, yeah, let's be there. Okay, so zero fuel rate is 61, we'll call that 61.1. Zero fuel rate CG is 31.5. Nice jazz version of We Wish You a Merry Christmas distracting me again in the background. The alternate fuel is 1.8. And let's see what the fuel planning is. We're taking 6.2 tons, obviously. Alpha Juliet, good evening from Copenhagen. Waiting for the Scandinavian flight to Aalborg in 30 minutes. Oh, but it's cold where you are. So that's all done, and 6.2 tons, yeah, confirmed block fuel, and we have takeoff CFG of 29.9. Good stuff. So let's now have a look at our performance calculations for departure. Now it was raining slightly, there was rain in the 80s as well, so obviously go with a wet runway. Right, wet. Flaps 1, no need to force target. Anti-ice will be few times 3,000 feet. Now we can leave that off. Takeoff weight is... what was the takeoff weight? I can't remember it now. Oh, there it is, 671. Which is below, which is above max landing weight as well, so we'll bring that into our emergency brief in a bit. Grab the live weather. Intersection data, do we have any? Ah, we do. Excellent. Where are we going to go from? Alpha 4 or Alpha 3? Let's have a look. Alpha 4 would be good. Yeah, that'll do. So 115, 140, 140. Transition altitude 7,000. No, it isn't. It's 5,000 feet. Transition altitude was 70. Transition altitude 7,000 feet. That's fine. With flaps 1, flex 51. Good. That's all fine. And now let's bring in SimSmart and check.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy.
Runway 17 right, thrust acceleration 1758, yeah, that's all fine. And it's a non-standard engine out procedure. Okay, so what are we doing here? 9 miles from the LSDME, we're going to right turn heading 227. Intercept and follow the LSE 197 rail to Auburn. Okay, might be an easy way to have a look at that on the arrival chart here for 17 right. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so it's very, very similar to that, isn't it? So let's get rid of that. There you are. That's the go-around procedure, which is essentially very similar to the engine out procedure there. So let's pop in a secondary flight plan. We'll keep it simple. So Lima Sierra Echo. We're going to be departing runway track 174, 9 miles out. And then we're just going to fly direct to Arnhem. Oh, hang on, something's not good there. Oh, I put that first waypoint in the wrong place, that's what it is. Let's do that again. LSE. That is a bug in the Phoenix, by the way. I wanted to put it just here, but you can't, so you've got to put it in the third line down. So, let's have a look at LSE 174 and 9 miles. Try that again. That should give me place bearing distance. Huh. Why are you not behaving? LSE 174 9 miles. Let's try and put it there instead. Oh, let's work this time. How strange. Okay, and then after that we're just going to Alman. Into the hold, 016. Left turns.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your trip.
Right, let me see what that looks like. Make sure we've just not messed up the main flight plan. So that's fine. That's the engine out procedure there, and the main flight plan also still looks unaffected. I've not messed that up either. Good, yep, that's all fine. Right, boxes set up. A couple of other things to put in here, because we know we've got terrain as well to the south of the airport, southeast of the airport. So just looking at the chart, MSA for our airport departing is 6,300. So might be worth. Fix this page. And LSE. Popping a 25-mile radius around that, so we know we're safe up to that point. Oh, not a radial. And we'll be able to see that now, hopefully on here if I zoom out. Yeah, there we go. So that's our safe altitude within that circle, 6,300 feet. Good. So with all of that, I think we're about ready to. Brief everything. I think everyone's still getting on board and all being well. Elliot says, don't know if it's because you're a radio guy, but you're loving the festive music read into the intro today. Glad you like it, Elliot. Craig, you bought SimSmart. You're always getting mismatch on V-speeds. How do you mean, Craig? They're not all meant to match up. But yeah, let me know, we promise I'll help you out there. Woodcut, mate, thank you so much for the 5-month Prime sub. Really do appreciate that, and good to have you again here on another stream. So that is awesome. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. All right, let's brief and let's get going. Before we do that, though, quick ATC. Oh no, we don't need to contact them. We've got pre-departure claims, haven't we? Not used to getting that. So. Chat about the weather first of all, as per usual. We've got a bit of light rain, winds are light variable, light rain, few clouds 3,000, broken 6,300, anti-ice is not going to be on them because of that. It is 8 degrees, but we'll sort of that, we'll be able to restriction, we'll be on our way. So anti-ice will be on shortly after departure. Weather en route looks fine, and the weather down in Sardinia as well looks pretty good as well. So to be honest, it should be a nice straightforward flight. Only thing in the tech log for the aircraft is the weather radar as per usual. No times for either airport today. The biggest threat for our departure is the terrain, which I can show you here on the there you go. So it's sort of like to the it's mainly to the east, southeast of the airport, isn't it, where the Alps start to appear, French Alps. So yeah, as long as we don't fly towards low altitude, we'll be absolutely fine. I'm not too familiar with Lyon Airport, so that might be a bit of an issue. It won't be an issue, but you know, it's just a little bit of a threat, something to be be aware of. Let's have a look then how we're going to fly the departure and taxi out. So as I said, we're at the Lima gate. We'll push back facing east presumably, taxi up on Tango. We'll tell ATC we can take Alpha 4 because then it's a much shorter taxi for us. There's no other traffic at the airport here, so I don't mind getting both engines started as we push. So yeah, we'll not bother with the single engine taxi. And then literally the easiest standard instrument departure you'll have ever seen. It's just straight out, no turns, noise abatement 1, no speed restrictions. So clean up and configure as we go. MSA 6,300 feet. So that's all the standard stuff. The emergency brief, if we've got any problems during the taxi, obviously we'll stop the aircraft and let ATC know. We'll not bother letting the crew know unless it's a serious issue like fire, in which case obviously we'll tell them. If it's just a failure, we can probably look at the computer reset table in the QRH, or if it's something more serious, we'll have to call the MOC and we'll tell ATC we need to get back to the gate. On departure, obviously, it's my takeoff. Any problems or warnings before 100 knots, then I'll consider stopping, but after 100 knots and up to V1, we'll only stop for the uninhibited ECAM warnings or cautions, an engine fire or a failure, and that's with or without the thrust off, or ultimately if I just don't think the aircraft is safe to fly. Either way, I will then make the decision to stop or go. And if I do decide to stop, we'll stay stop very clearly. I'll then use max reverse, keeping the aircraft as straight on the runway as possible. I'll also use manual braking if I don't think the auto brake is stopping the aircraft as well as I would like it to, but it is a nice long runway here, so that's good news. The winds are light and variable, so if we do have an engine fire, I wouldn't be looking to point the aircraft into the wind because realistically there isn't that much wind down. That might change. We might see it on the navigation display as we go, but something to keep an eye on. But other than that, there's no real critical engine tonight. Once we come to a stop then on the runway, we'll stop the reverser, set the parking brake, get the cabin crew to their stations. Just sit on our hands for a second and confirm the failure before we do anything. See the ECAMs and any fault lights that we've got, and then once we've established the cause of the failure, then we'll complete any ECAM tasks, ask ATC to vacate the runway, or if it's something really serious and looks like we need to get everyone out, then we consider evacuating. Obviously, before we do that, again, just pause, take a breath, because the moment you evacuate, you know some of the passengers aren't going to get has the potential for passengers to be injured. If, however, we have a failure after V1, then we'll get the aircraft into the air using the standard technique, and if it's an engine failure, then we will fly 12.5 degrees pitch, then following SRS. I'll use the rudder to counteract any yaw, and then once we've got a positive climb, we'll get the gear up, trim out the yaw, and once we're trimmed out, we'll get the autopilot on. We're doing a flex takeoff today, so toga will be available, so we can go to toga if we need it for whatever reason. Don't need to worry too much about pulling the heading bug straight away, but we will want to just basically activate that secondary flight plan because it is a non-standard engine out procedure. So if we just carry straight and out at low altitude, well, there's a chance we'll hit something. So what we will do is we'll activate that secondary flight plan, start following the engine out SID. Once we're above 400 feet, that's when we'll confirm the failure and run the ECAM drill. Once that engine is secured and we've shut it down and we're above that single engine acceleration altitude and completed our first turn towards the holding point, then I will push the level off, accelerate, retract flights on schedule, and then a green dot and go open climb, set MCT, and we will get ourselves safely in the hold. And to be safe, we need to get up to about 6,000 feet. Once we're in the hold, then we'll decide what it is we're going to be doing. Right, it's been a long time since we did a full emergency brief, so it's nice to just recap on that every so often. Brendan, good afternoon. So that's it. Henry, you're quickly realising your flight preparation isn't. You don't have to do everything if you don't want to, Henry. You really don't, but it's kind of nice, isn't it? And I think that's why people come to the channel to see that kind of stuff. Right, so final load sheet is in. Takeaway 671. Brilliant. Any LMCs? Last minute changes. Takeoff weight 299 for the CFG. Excellent. That is spot on. Cabin crew are here. Hello.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are now on board.
Excellent. And we're about ready to go as well. So we want to get the doors closed and we'll get moving.
Okay, I let the crew know and we'll get closed up as soon as we can.
Engineer on board, good evening. I'm glad you're here, just in case something breaks.
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and the total number of souls, not including yourselves, here.
Get that APU started. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
It is raining now, look, so I'm glad we went with wet figures. Right, so as the APU starts then, that is a good time to make a little PA to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome on our flight tonight from Lyon to Olbia in Sardinia. We'll be cruising today at 37,000 feet. It's a little bit wet outside, but that shouldn't affect our departure. We're looking to push back in about 5 minutes, so we will be on schedule today. We've got normal taxi time, no other traffic ahead of us, so once we get pushed back, we should be on our way with a nice straight out departure and no en route delays. If you can get yourself strapped in your seats, the seatbelt signs will be coming on shortly, and the cabin crew will start to prepare the aircraft for departure. Thanks, and I'll speak to you again shortly. Alright, APU is running and available, so let's get these sorted. External power can now come off. We'll give it a minute before we have the APU bleed in. Fuel on board 6220, and that's balanced Wonderful. So with that, let's do the cockpit preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity 6220, yes, balanced. Seatbelt signs are they on? No, they are now. Seatbelt signs are on, it is. We've got the 3.5 green, the Barra F. QNH is 1006, 770 feet. Right, let's call GSX up. No, we don't need ice cream.
Due
It's
to
not that
icing
cold.
conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that too much. Right, what frequency are ATC on? 122.3.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Lyon approach. Good evening, Alpine 37 Alpha Mike stand 13 Lima is ready for push and start.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, good evening, push and start approved, facing east, QNH 1007.
Push start approved, facing east, QNH 1007.
Departure check completed, bypass pin inserted.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike just confirmed squawk 1000, please.
Roger, and apologies, yep, setting squawk now 1000.
Thank you.
Always forget that. Okay, right, let's get the beacon light on. And transponder 1000. Thank you, Zara. I always forget that as well now.
Locking gear.
So, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes.
And the before start checklist then. So parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors closed, and
Release
light is
parking
on.
brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Yeah, I'm probably going to ignore that to be fair. Okay, nose wheel steering disconnected, engine mode selector to ignition and starting engine 1. Maurice, the air server is basically my tablet being cast into the stream. Hey Ruben, good evening to you.
Easy 2452, depuis Alpha Unité, vent 120 degrés 4 nœuds, piste 17 droite, autorisé décollage. Depuis Alpha Unité, je décolle de la 27 droite, Easy 24 54.
A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
Correction, Easy 24 52.
Exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front.
Bonsoir, November 216 Kilo Charlie.
Door lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be
November 216 Kilo Charlie, Lyon approach, good evening. Confirm you are voice available.
cabin baggage.
Affirm. Roger, thank you. There was a /T on your tag. What are our intentions?
As shown.
Hello, 26 Kilo Charlie was for your radio check initially, but we are a PC-12 VFR currently following the Vallée du Rhône. Just a beam Chambéry VOR, and our intentions are to enter Lyon CTR for a touch and go at Lyon-Bron and a full stop at Lyon Saint-Exupéry.
Okay, engine 1's happy, starting engine 2.
The strap. Pull on each
November 216 Kilo Charlie, that's copied. So you will come from the north and report
Set parking brakes.
30 seconds
Parking brakes
before
set.
waypoint Sierra.
Ground. We have a good engine.
26 Kilo Charlie, actually, is it possible to enter CTR via Echo Alpha from the east?
and pull the strap to adjust. Do not
Yes, that's approved. Report 30 seconds Echo Alpha.
inflate.
Report 30 seconds Echo Alpha, now at 216 Kilo Charlie, maintaining 2005 at this time.
Stepping up, blow into
you.
the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open.
Right, wait for
and
the tug
seatbelt
drive to disappear,
We wish you
and
a
then
pleasant flight with Easyjet.
we'll get our clearance. This airport's very quiet tonight, which is great for us, no delays.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, so we've just pushed back from Lima 13 there in the middle of the screen.
Tow track disconnected.
We'll expect
Bypass pin removed.
Tango Lima, Tango, and then as I say,
Left is clear, right is clear.
4 for departure is my plan. Okay, engine 2 is happy. Okay, the fact that the rain is now starting to come, we're going to throw anti-ice on, so we're going to knock 5 off the flex. So engine mode selector to normal, and that can come off. They are going on, that's going off. So, spoilers armed, rudder 0, flaps 1 set, and trim value.
Heavy approach, Alpine 4382, on our descent to Lyon, cross at level 180, inbound Emily. We prepared Mike 10 Lima 77,
And as I said, I am just
expect
going to
ILS
change
running 17
the
left.
Alpine 4382, Lyon approach, good evening, Mike, Mike Tango Lima
Let me just remove
7
this.
Sierra
So,
is
anti-ice
correct.
is now on.
After that, expect the Arbon 3 Sierra transition for the ILS runway 17 left. And set scope 1000, please.
And yeah, I thought it would do that. That wants us to go toga, in which case we do flaps 2.
Could you repeat the VR transition for
Three?
us? 4382.
Transition is Arbon, Alpha Romeo Bravo, Oscar November 3 Sierra.
Okay, flaps 3
Boom,
and toga.
3
There, looking at it.
for
In
382.
that case, maybe
Correct,
we'll
Alpine
go
4382, descent flight level 100,
Alpha
to be leveled Arbon.
100 to the left, Arbon 4382.
So I'm just redoing the calculation because I'm now putting anti-ice on. That works. So it's going to be Alpha 3 that we're going, and flex is now 52. Speeds are now 131, 142. Ah, that didn't work. 131, 142, 144. Just confirm the speed. 131, 142, 144 is now Alpha 3 we're going with, and it's flexing 52. Okay, good. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's seated and secured for takeoff.
Okay, I'll call you when ready.
No problem.
Alright, so yeah, because the anti-ice is going on, that's what's just affected all of those. So happy with that, and let's do the after start checklist. So anti-ice is now on, ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim is 29.9, yeah, pitch trim 29.9, rudder is 0, okay. Lane approach, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is ready for taxi, and we can take Alpha 3 for departure.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, thank you. Ground has come online, so contact ground on, of course I don't have the frequency, on 121.830. See you later.
Over to ground 12183, we'll speak soon. Thank you, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Lyon ground, good evening, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike has just completed our push. We're ready for taxi, and we can depart via Alpha 3.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Santex Grand, bonsoir. Roger, taxi left on Tango until Alpha 3, hold short runway 17 right.
Taxi left on Tango and hold short runway 17 right at Alpha 3. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Wonderful. Alrighty, let's go. Right, flight control check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full right. Full left. Neutral. Okay, no LMCs, but we have just changed our performance figure, so we're now departing Alpha 3. We needed more length because we popped anti-ice on for our departure, which is fine. I don't think we've changed. V-speed's been changed, cross-checked with you guys, so we're all happy and we're all aware of that. Engine out procedure is non-standard, straight out and 9 miles from the LCVOR. It's right hand turn to our holding point, where we'll take up the hold and climb 6,000 feet. Departure is runway 4 Sierra, literally straight out on runway track, no speed restrictions, and our initial climb is 7,000. The taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap settings, config 1 FMA, climbing up blue 152, 7,000 blue, radar unpredictable Veronica memo, takeoff no blue, EFP is stowed. Right, let's not miss Alpha 3 now. Mass caution, that's a minor cancellation, so get rid of that. Disregard, clear ACAM. One day I'll fix that. It's become like a trademark of the channel now. For anyone who flies regularly or visits airports, particularly airside, you'll know that seeing these, the runway signs, they are so much easier to see in real life than they are in the simulator. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Where's that? That's Tango Bravo. Okay, so Alpha 5's coming up on the right. I think. I flew back, but not fixed it yet. Nope. This rain's getting heavier and heavier, isn't it? Visibility appears to be dropping too. Visibility was 10 kilometers or more, but I think the rain is affecting that now. Where's that? Is that Alpha 4? Yeah. Oh, where's this weather come from?
Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Alpha 3 will be next on your right. You can contact Lyon approach 120.230. I wish you a safe flight to Olbia. See you soon. Bye bye.
Over to approach frequency. Thanks for the video. Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Good night.
You too.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
Then proceed northwest to integrate the traffic pattern for runway 16 in Bron.
Roger, Surveyor Max Sierra will join the traffic pattern for Lyon runway 16. Kilo Charlie.
Is that
Kilo
VFR?
Charlie, that's correct, and report final runway 16.
What about final 16, Kilo Charlie?
Reaching 3-4. No, they're better than real life. Better in real life. Lyon approach Alpine 3-4 Alpha Mike is holding short Alpha 3.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Lyon approach, hello again, from Alpha 3, wind 120 degrees 4 knots, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff runway 17 right, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so approach path is clear. Let's get our lights on. Nice. Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah,
Little,
approach, this is Corsica Air at flight level
horrible little shower, this isn't it?
descending to flight level 100. Good afternoon.
Pinball, it will be out, I think it's on the 17th, it's in the
130,
17th or the
approach,
18th.
good evening, expect
17th or the 18th.
Sierra transition for ILS runway 17 left.
Comet 3, Sarah transition for ILS runway 17 left.
Right. Line up checklist, count secure, take off runway by Alpha 3, runway 17 right, TCAS area, packs 1 and 2 are off. Let's go. Take off. Start chrono. %, set. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. Man flex, SRS, water thrust, blue. Knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Nav.
Number 216 Kilo Charlie, turn and left for final runway 16.
Number 216 Kilo Charlie, thank you. Wind in Bron is 1 correction 280 degrees 4 knots, runway 16, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go runway 16 over Kilo Charlie, and after that our intention is to proceed direct to Lyon Santex for full stop.
Autopilot 1 engage.
Number Kilo Charlie, that's copied. So after the touch and go, proceed Tango Whiskey to recross the runway axis and report Tango Whiskey.
After the touch and go, proceed Tango Whiskey to cross. Number Kilo Charlie will report Tango Whiskey. Q.
Alpine 4, 382, cleared ILS approach runway 17 left, report established.
Clear ILS approach runway 17 left. We will report establish Alpine 4382.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, identified passing 2,900 feet, climb flight level 140.
Continue climb flight level 140, Alpine 35 flag. Flaps 0, spoilers disarmed. And 140. Standard pressure. I do love the rain effects. I've always liked the rain effects. Ever since Microsoft Flight Simulator first came out.
Via the Comet 3 Sierra transition, continue descent, altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Oh, I forgot the other pack. Right, well, we're out of that. Let's get rid of those. Well, the METAR said there were rain showers. It's got that right, didn't it? Okay, so spoilers, flaps, gear. Get the lights off.
Kilo Charlie, inbound Tango Whiskey,
Cabin crew released.
November 216 Kilo Charlie from Tango Whiskey, cross the runway axis after clear of the axis, turn left and integrate the base leg for runway 17 left.
216 Charlie, Tango Whiskey, cross runway axis, then left turn to join the base, left hand base, runway 17 left. Okay, Charlie.
Someone doing VFR
November
circuits.
Charlie, traffic information, an Airbus 320 is almost established on the ILS runway 17 left in your 10 o'clock, 1,000 feet above.
Find that impressive.
Charlie will be looking.
Rail Cowgirl, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Roger, thank you. Alpine 438, traffic information, Pilatus PC12 in your 2 o'clock, 1,000 feet below you.
Right, 10,000 feet.
We have aircraft
Safe to get rid of the seatbelt signs.
Alpine 4382 and fully established ILS 17 right, left.
Clear out the radar page.
Alpine 4382, thank you. Continue approach number 1, runway 17 left.
And 350, I think we'll go
Approach
350 to
number
begin
1,
with.
17
So
left.
we're bed to bit of fuel
Alpine
off.
4382.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, you are leaving my airspace. Unfortunately, nothing further. Monitor Unicom 122.8 and have a very good flight to Olbia. Bye bye.
122.8, thank you for the service tonight. Alpine 34 off Mike. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're going to go file 350. Because, as I say, we've got a recommended max of 374, so wait until we've burnt a bit of fuel. This might be able to get heavier then. Pixel 17, good evening, as Lyon ground control. Exactly.
Alpine 4382, wind 120
Great
degrees,
to
4
great
knots,
to see you
runway
on
17 left, clear to land.
on there, and of course
Clear to land, runway 17 left.
on the VATSIM radio. Yeah, the weather really turned as we were leaving, absolutely bouncing it down with rain. And I think there's someone doing VFR circuits, which is that's, I wouldn't want to be them right now. Pavel, have they fixed the weather radar yet? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Right, that's also zero our cost index. Save the company a few pennies. There we go. Right, oh, that's that there. I think we've just got thick cloud beneath us. There's not really much to see, sadly. But never mind. What I love about Microsoft Flight Simulator and the way it does the weather is that if you are flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator with friends or something like that, then everybody is experiencing the same weather. All the clouds are the same, the rain showers are in the same place, that kind of stuff, which it would never happen before, because if you were flying sort of FSX, then all the weather was sort of independent, wasn't it? But the weather here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's live streamed data almost. So you are seeing the exact same as your friend if you're flying alongside them. The first time I sort of became aware of this was years ago, pretty much almost when the channel first started, and that was when remember when we used to do the long haul flights, sort of long haul flights, long haul Fridays and mileage Mondays, those kind of things, back in the COVID days, and there'd be a stream of I don't know, 6, 7, 8 of us just doing these 7-hour flights. And everyone said that they could all see the exact same weather as they could on sort of the live stream. And yeah, I thought, well, that's brilliant, because if you are now flying with friends, or you're all on sort of the same, if you're all flying Microsoft Flight Simulator, you're getting the exact same weather, so pilot reports, that kind of thing, they actually mean something now in the virtual skies. Organ Aviator, thank you for First Officers Club. Welcome to channel membership. Appreciate that. Good to see you on board again tonight, Organ. And Frubat says forgetting about Twitch. Mate, thank you so much for the prime prime sub over there for 4 months. Really do appreciate that. Thank you guys. So yeah, it's well, it's very dark out there. I just have to pop that on. I can't see a thing now. Looks like I might just be flying through some cloud layer. I keep seeing the strobes flashing away, so there's something there. Just keep an eye on that for the anti-ice. We are in icing temperature range at the minute. So that is our flight route, which, to be fair, we could probably now just take, as we're out of ATC control, we could probably just start to jump. We could go direct color, actually. Or yeah, red now. We'll just do red. So just start that little turn there, and on we go. So we'll get up to cruise, we'll check the en route weathers, we'll check the fuel, see what the weather's going to be like when we get down there. Elliot says, I think we had some real world weather there on FSX right at the end, didn't we, via third party or something? Elliot, yes we did. I think it was Rex that provided real world weather there on FSX. But what I'm saying is, the Rex would obviously tell the simulator where to put the clouds, but whilst they'd be there, they'd all be in a bit of a random place. Every simulator, if you stack them up side by side, would look different. But in Microsoft Flight Simulator, everyone's getting the exact same clouds. In exactly the same place, with the exact same rain and precipitation, which is awesome. Pack Andrew, good evening to you. How's the first officer doing? Oh, thanks for asking, Andrew. Slowing down, sadly, slowing down. He gets all excited when he gets to go for a walk, gets towards the end of the driveway and thinks, oh, I forgot, I can't do this anymore. So he then does what he needs to, comes back in, and then he thinks, but at least I'll still get food, so we'll sit and munch through his breakfast, etc. So yeah, he's in the house, he's still happy, it'll still be a Christmas miracle, I think, if he's here by Christmas Day. Knowing my luck, you know what'll happen, it'll be next Thursday when we're planning the Santa, when we're sending the Santa flight, where he decides to really go downhill. Typical. Good evening, Christian. Hola to you. I think we're in the wrong country for that one. Matt, is it worth using single engine taxi on the CEOs, given you need 5 minutes warm-up time for the second? 5 minutes? Where have you read that? 3 minutes? Remember, Matt, as well, though, in real life, 3 minutes is nothing. You know, if you've got 3 aircraft sat in front of you waiting to depart, well, there you go. You're going to be sat there biggest part of 7 or 8 minutes. Yo man, good evening. Organ use the Fenix A320 sometimes have to take off in violent banks left and right. Have you got something else sort of linked to your impulse? Actually, Wayne, everyone's flying to Olbia today. Are they? I could be busy then. Fruitbat just been sent a video of the grandkids' nativity play. I dodged a bullet there. Oh, but they would have been looking for you. You see, Matt, that's the thing. If the engines haven't been used for 2 hours or more, that's not going to be the case with a low-cost carrier, Matt. If an aircraft sat on the ground for 2 hours, then something's seriously wrong. They don't know the meaning of a 2-hour stopover. Sayan says, have a nice flight, Captain Turkish. Excellent, Sayan. Oh, we haven't been to Turkey in the sim for so long. It's a great place to fly to. Keek, anyone encountered any bugs since Sim Update 14? Had a few issues with the autopilot freezing in some aircraft, but not the Phoenix. I only usually fly the Phoenix or the fly-by-wire, and I've never had any issues with either of those. Okay, recommended max is slowly creeping towards 380. If I can get it up there, then we'll go to our planned cruise of 37. Organ ETA should be in about 59 minutes, actually. 59 minutes. If we can get in on time. Might not be able to. Actually, says everyone's flying to Olbia today. We might end up in a hole somewhere. Andrew, would it be possible to do Liverpool Heathrow? Liverpool to Heathrow? Do British Airways do that flight? I don't think even Easyjet do like Gatwick to Liverpool, do they? This is no clouds here. That is a nice view. That looks good. That looks realistic. Do people think Sim Update 14's changed the night lighting at all? I know it's changed the atmospheric lighting in the sort of sky, so you really see that at sunsets and sunrises, but I don't know about anything else. But I do like that. I think that looks great. I wish they'd make the stars small. I think the stars look a bit big in places. Keek, mainly in the TBM the 737. Whoa, Boeing. Yeah, no. That might have just been the Boeing aircraft. Organ, don't I know when the mini FCU will be available? Once they've cleared the initial backlog of the Kickstart orders. Good chance as well now, guys, to remind you about the Lapland live stream next Thursday, where we will also be giving away a mini FCU unit as well, which is going to be great. Great support from those guys there, donating a mini FCU unit for our Santa Run special flight. Elliot says, I think the change was global. It changed the way light is scattered as a whole. I mean, I've got no complaints. I think it looks wonderful. I really do. If you are enjoying the flight, the stream as per usual, guys, you can do me a massive favour just by hitting that like button. Really, it does help us out. Fruitbat, somehow you seem to be working from home next Thursday. Would have figured that. Yeah, miracle. A Christmas miracle. Well, Aviate, the 14th, 15th, it's only tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow and Friday. So, we will see. I can't wait till they get... I'm already anxious for the mini EFIS now. Because let's face it, you use this so much as well. So, definitely looking forward to that. Left side stick in up. Don't believe everything you read. Right, what about 3-2? 3,000 feet more than we're done. Johan, can't wait for all of it. Yes, of course, the mini FCU, the EFIS and the ECAM will be great. My only problem when I'm doing stuff now with the was sort of like the actual McDo box that I've got, and now obviously I suppose not so much with the FCU, but on stream I've got to remember to move the camera because I can be fiddling around with stuff down here and realise that, well, you guys can't actually see it. So I might as well just clear the fixed info page out now. I will now clear out the secondary flight plan. I didn't clear it out originally because once we passed 10,000 feet it was still going to be useful for us if something went bang, so I just kept it in. But now we'll copy the active and that will work for us. Now a mini overhead panel, that would be fantastic. Not sure I can convince my wife that it's an essential need, though. Not when there's children to clothe. So, we should get a really nice view, though, of Nice down there coming up. So there's an ATC knocking about over there, and have a listen. Don't see any aircraft as well. Okay, 1,000 feet to go. You know, actually, now we mentioned about the stars, I think they do look different. What does anybody else think? Anyone else think they look a bit different? They look sharper, crisper, clearer in their image rather than blurred. I love the fact that the constellations are in here. Organ, I don't know that price, no. Bunker Monkey, Nice to Geneva, or vice versa, one of the favourite Easyjet flights to do, especially as the first or last flight of the day with the rising sun setting low over the Alps. I mean, that is just golden scenery, isn't it? Nice to Geneva. And also, really good approaches, both of them. Particularly Nice, doing the RMP approach. Get to do a little bit of hand flying. That's Mac Alt Star. And alt cruise. There you go. We can see the lights from Nice down there. Look, that's Nice Airport. Just set that to below. Put the performance back cost index 4. Check the SD pages in a minute. Let's go sightseeing for a second. There we go. And there's Nice. Can't see an aircraft down there. Funnily enough. Have they put the heliport in there now? I mean, heliport's obviously been brought into the simulator since a couple of sim updates ago. But there's a heliport. Is it the Monte Carlo heliport somewhere down here? There was an add-on for it, but I just wondered if it had been brought into the sim by default. Yo, have I ever done a Cat 3 ILS auto-landed sim? Asking because it was on a Lufthansa 319, which did one into Billund on the 9th. Yes, yeah, we've done a few auto-lands actually in the sim. Usually land better than I do. Right, let's make sure nothing's broke. What we got? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, they were fine. Use 2 tons of fuel. Yeah, that adds up. It's fine. APU's behaving. Temperatures are fine. If everyone likes it to be a little bit warm. Oh, the flight I went to America on this in the summer. Oh my god, it was cold. Like, come on, British Airways, sort it out. I almost asked if I could visit the flight deck just to go and turn up the heating. Right, let's have a look then at some en route weathers. So, what's happening? What's happening here at the minute? Meta is 34 minutes old. 220 at 10. Bearing 190250. And broken 210. Is that 21,000 feet? Or 2,100 feet? Either way. Either way, that's... I think that's meant to be 2,100 feet. But that's fine. It's Cat 1 stuff. And QNH is 1008. There's the winds. 2-3 is fine. 11 knot headwind, 5 knot crosswind. Say, looking into the early hours of tomorrow, it's wind 280, 15 gusting 25. Could be fun. Turning into more of a crosswind tomorrow afternoon. No times, terminal information service broadcast as well as of the date. Okay, we know about that. Basically saying that weather reports are just done automatically. Aircraft stands 220 through to 227 are closed. Actually, where we're going to park when we get there. Let's have a look. That's general aviation. I hope we're not going there. So that's fine. No times that are going to affect us. That app, Fruitbat, is called Smart Briefing, which I found on the App Store. It's quite neat. Just makes things pretty simple, really. That's yeah, nice. Even gives me things like runway information, displays threshold there, elevation, etc. It's quite nice. So let's have a look at the alternate, what's going off at our alternate at the moment. That's cab okay, so that's fine. Rome, one of the other alternates. That's alright at the moment as well. Might get a bit windy later on, up to midnight. Potential to gust up to 28 knots. Interesting. Path 5, please do daylight, otherwise we won't see the airport. Yeah, once we get there, Path 5, of course we will. Absolutely, of course we will. And let's just have a look then at Nice. Oops. So I'm using this because obviously the Phoenix is broken, isn't it, in terms of getting weather information through the McDo, so using this instead. We've got Nice, that's cab okay, that's fine. Lovely, alright, well let's start looking at stuff for the actual approach then. Hey Avia, did you used to play Euphonium? Why did you give it up? Were you contesting or non-contesting in the band? Right, what approach are we on? We're Corsi 3 Mike. And we're basically flying towards this terrain here, and then we're... Oh, this is just straightforward, isn't it? This is lovely, straightforward. Oh, wait, you moved overseas. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. The British brass band is very British. Matt, you add the gusts to the wind to determine your limit. It's interesting. So you don't use the gusts in terms of the sort of legality point of view. You take the meta as it is and disregard the gusts. However, if the gusts are sort of gusting 40 knots and it is a full 90 degree 40 knot gusting crosswind, then yeah, you're without off limits for landing basically. Plans for how much is the Olbia airport? That hasn't been announced just yet. Anyway, a small local brass band, a silver marching band. You do it. Oh, so many people giving it up, sadly. Felix the pilot too. Hello, good to see you. Right, let's just have a quick look at this rival. It's straightforward. So I'm actually going to aim to get down probably. Yeah, as low as possible. I think if we can get sort of 6,000 feet. I'll tell you what we're going to do. How far out is Millis? So Millis is the initial approach fix. Let's check this out. Millis is 15 miles out. So if we're about 4,500 feet in Millis, that would work quite nicely. I'm just looking for a nice continuous descent approach. CDA. So if we can aim to be, yeah, I reckon if we can aim to be green dot 6,000 feet at Pig Egg, that would work nicely for us. And then instead of having to fly this full procedure, if traffic allows, then we shall make the base turn, we'll fly south, we'll go direct to Millis from Pig Egg, flaps 1, speed 180 knots at Millis, and then job's a good one. Right, so that's how I plan to fly the approach. Information on the arrival, transition altitude 6,000 feet. MSAs were coming in 6,200 feet. SME is the VOR. Navade. That works fine. Elevation 24 feet, platform altitude 3,000 feet, and Mr. Approach cloud gradient, we're going to be fine with 5%, so runway visual range needs to be 1,000 meters or more, which it is. Minimums then 390, 360 feet above the airfield. And let's get some information on the airport. It's a normal 45 metre wide runway, 23, runway 23, 3 degrees puppies, that's fine. And we'll probably look to get off at, it's probably going to be Echo then, looking at the direction of the taxiway. And then from Echo, we will park any one of the stands. Then basically, that will work for us nicely. Anyway, the Japanese have an amazing brass band. Oh, they do. They absolutely do. And I have seen a Japanese school band, so we're talking children, play a full-on sort of orchestral it's a test piece, for those of you in the know. But it's a full-on sort of like 12-minute piece of music without any sheet music, which is just incredible. Incredible. But on a bit of an unusual question, in real life is luggage loaded from 1 or 2 cargo doors. If it's only one, is it the front or the back door? That pretty much depends on how the aircraft is in terms of passengers. Basically, they'll load it whenever to get the C of G correct. But it's usually loaded through both. Alright, so got a plan of how we're going to fly the approach and such. I want to have a quick look at the go around here. So continuing runway track, 5,000 feet once we're over the SME VOR, left turn, max speed, 185 knots. That's because of the terrain. There is actually terrain right at the end of the runway, as you can see there, so that's a little threat. And then we are basically turning left to Ekrom, where we'll enter the hold. Right, so let's now have a landing calculation. Grab the latest metal there. Ah, this has been updated now, so this is only 15 minutes old. Great. So winds are 230 at 7 knots. A few clouds at 1,600 feet, broken 2,100 feet, just 14 degrees. QNH 1009. Good, okay, so what we're doing, we're landing runway 23, we set medium to 4, apply that METAR, and our landing weight is going to be, what? $61, 62, 63, 64 point, I don't know, 64.5. Okay, landing distance required 2274. Landing distance available is 2594. That's fine. That means we can use idle reverse. An actual landing calculation then, because it's not raining. Dry and flaps 3. Perfect. Flaps 3 still lets us get in on idle reverse. Yes, it would. Okay, flaps 3 landing it is. Right, let's go through the box, set that up. So we've already seen the coding in there is fine. Just checking the speeds that we've got. We've got a hold put in there. What's that all about? Oh, there is a hold built into it. Well, we'll probably not be doing that. Yep, so that's fine. Speeds look good. Radnav page, SME. Performance data. here, haven't we? So Q&H is 1009. Always getting interrupted when I'm doing stuff. Hello.
Hi, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink, maybe a tea or coffee, or a bottle of water.
No, thank you.
No problem. If you change your mind, just give me a call.
Into the wind, transition altitude 6,000 feet. Yep, that's fine. Minimums 390. And config 3 for landing. VAT 143. Lovely. I mean, we are going to be, you know, heaviest I've been for a while on this. Great stuff. Okay, so I've just put everything together and we'll now go through the full briefing, which really is quite straightforward, actually. Iceman 323, thank you for the raid, mate. Appreciate that. Good evening to you all. We're about 5 minutes from the top of our descent. We're quickly going to go through the brief as we look to arrive at Olbia version 2. This is a pre-release stream of the new Orbx airport coming out very soon, 17th or 18th, I believe. There's a link as well in the video description down to the Orbx store. So, starting with the weather, as you can see on screen, winds 2307, so we've got a nice headwind to help us. A few clouds, 1600, broken 2100, 14 degrees, so that's nice and warm. QNHG is 1009, and basically, Cat 1 stuff, nothing to get upset by, so that's fine. Aircraft is still full serviceable, nothing's broke, performance is fine, no NOTAMs to affect our arrival. Threats to be aware of coming in, so there is a bit of terrain as we start our approach, but we're going to maintain a well safe altitude above that. The biggest threat is if we need to go around this terrain to the end of the runway, so if we need to fly the go-around, that will have to be done obviously correctly, and make sure that we adhere to sort of the speed constraints, just help us climb away and turn away from that terrain as well. I don't believe there's any ATC either, so that's going to be a little threat. So we are planning an arrival on the Corsi 3 Mike, coming in on Corsi. Once we get to our top of descent, then we will get to, we'll dial in flight level 90 by brief. The idea will be to be at 6,000 feet at Pigeg, and then if there's no traffic, we're going to make a right hand turn at Pigeg and fly straight to Millis. From Millis then we're going to be green dot at Pigeg. Flaps wanted to make that base turn, so flaps 1 by Millis, and then at Millis we will then look to pick up the localizer down to 3,000 feet platform altitude, flaps 2 for that, and yeah, then just standard stuff for the landing. Minimums 390, so no 3 degree approach. We've got Pappies as well to guide us. And that is pretty much it. 45 metres wide runway, maybe a potential black hole effect. I'm not sure what sort of lighting we've got in front of the airfield. It might just be dark as we're coming over the sea. So maintain a visual lock on those Pappies if we can. Once we've landed, we will use idle reverse for landing. Also set ultra brake low. And then we're going to get off at, it'll probably be Echo, and then we'll backtrack onto the main apron. Taking Mike, and, oops, yeah, taking Mike, and then parking somewhere over there. So that's our plan. The go around, let's have a look at that. So, climb out on runway track, 5,000 feet missed approach altitude. Once we're over the VOR, which is right almost at the end of the runway, as you can see there, make a left turn, max speed 185 to keep us up, heading 165 to join the 098 radial from SME, which takes us to Rob, where we'll pick up the hold. Yeah, we'll hold 5,000 feet. Alright, that's our brief done. Hope everybody's happy. Time to get down. Thrust idle, open descent, and 90 blue. And just so you guys can see all that in the box, so the flight plan is all coded correctly. Radnav, we've got the SME VOR on in there. Currently above the profile, so a bit late at the top of the descent, but that's fine, we'll catch that up in a second. And go through the performance. So there you go, QNH, temperature, winds are in, VAP is 143, minimum is 390, config 3 landing. And we're landing at about 64.2 tons, which is the heaviest I've been for a while. Johan, did we have the whole program? Yeah, it does that sometimes. That's the whole program because it is in the charts, but we'll not do it. We'll not be doing it. Right, I'm going to pull speed, wind that up, and catch up with this profile. So that's speed 280. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just started our descent towards Sardinia. We should have you safely on the ground in about 30 minutes time. In the meantime, the camera crew are now going to start preparing the aircraft for the arrival, so please offer them any assistance where possible, and we'll see you on the ground shortly. Thank you. Sebastian says the new sky colours are amazing. They do look good, don't they? Yes, yeah. Maurice, am I using a co-pilot? I don't know, no. All on my lonesome. You guys are my pilots monitoring. Say again, for anyone that missed it, the Santa Special Lapland flight, full day streaming there and back, is taking place a week tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to, though. I've worked out with the amount of giveaways we've got, what we're going to have to do is probably start the timer once we're sort of airborne in the cruise, etc. And I think we're going to be, you know, it's sort of just over 3 hours there, 3 hours back, which sounds like a long time, but we're going to be that busy because I think sort of every 10 minutes, maybe less, there's going to be a giveaway to do. So it's going to be a busy old day. Busy, busy, busy. So you don't want to miss that. And to be in with a chance of winning any one of those 40 plus prizes on the day, you just need to be a subscriber to the channel. And that's it. Am I excited for the Fenix A320 and A321? Yes, 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 definitely. They will be great. Potter, is that a VATSIM event? No, it's just an Easyjet sim pilot event. Full day stream. We do it every Christmas time, usually the week before Christmas. And it's an amazing day, so make sure you don't miss it. So loads of giveaways to be won, courtesy of all your favourite scenery developers, Orbx, we've got Aerosoft, of course the Mini FCU, which I keep telling you about, giving one of those away as well. I don't want to start listing loads of people because I will forget somebody. I've got a list upstairs on my laptop because it's insane. I can't remember them all. It's going to be an awesome day. It will be on full Santa holiday mood flight, so make sure you're here for that. I say it's going to be a full 8-9 hour day of it. I'll be shattered at the end of it, but it's going to be so much fun. Oh, Patrick, you'll definitely be watching Tried to Fly with Santa VATSIM event. Oh, it was insane, that, wasn't it? I saw that. Cameron, that is next Thursday, a week tomorrow. Yep. Basically, the day will just be full of good Christmas vibes, and it'll sound like this. What more could you want? Might even have some eggnog on the go. Can't stand that stuff though. Have to have Baileys instead. Heaton Fan Club, thank you for subscribing. It's going to be the perfect day for anybody who works from home. And all the schools, will, everyone will still be at school. The schools don't break up until the following day. Much to my son's disappointment, as it's his birthday the following day. He's never been to school on his birthday before, but he is tomorrow. He is next week. See much traffic ahead of us, so all's looking fine and dandy there. Sarah, you're you're always at home. Ideal. Right, just brought the speed back to 270. Aviator, good old acoustic guitar, you can't beat it. No, you're thinking of drums. Oh, Cameron, that sounds very exciting. Where are you going for the Class 1? Is that down at, is that down near Gatwick? That's where I went for mine. Right, MSA is 6,200 feet from where we are. I've just been told that we've got clear skies around Sardinia, so we've got it all to ourselves, which means what we're going to do, we're going to whack the seatbelt signs on. We're going to get in the local pressure, and we're going to get down to MSA. I'll tell you what, we'll go 6.5. Do is we're going to do a little direct then. There we go. Let's save a couple of minutes. Cameron, fair enough. Well, mine was down at it was at Nat actually, which I think was near Gatwick. I honestly can't remember. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Okay, so our approach checklist. Our FQNH is 1009. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums 390. Water brake low. EFP stowed. So the plan will be we're going to land, then we'll have a look at this brand new airport release in the daytime. So we'll let speed up just for a couple more thousand feet, then we'll pull it back to 250 and start slowing down. So let's activate the approach phase. I'm doing that outside of your view now on the box. So approach phase is now activated. Potter, will we have butter today? I don't know, we're quite heavy today. We're almost at max landing weight. Very, very heavy today. In fact, could you see the airport, I think? That's the airport and taxi lights. Right, speed 250. Get some spoilers out as well. Lights are on. Lewis, you've just completed the base training on the 320 today. That'll be a day you never forget. How awesome is it having a 60-ton jet to play with? In the most professional sense of the word. Sounds like great fun. Alright, speed brakes are out. I want to cut this approach short, so let's get down. I hope everyone had a successful day, Lewis. I know it can also be a bit nerve-wracking, can't it? Okay, now inbound to Tuklu, so we're going to get down 6,000 feet as planned. Hey, Ogan, are we still running on time? Yeah, we are. Yeah. So that's brief, we've got nothing in front of us, so free speed. No ATC to tell us different. And once we get to Big Egg, I want to be 6,000 feet. Looks like that's going to work for us quite nicely actually. And then we're going to make right base. Olbia traffic Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is currently 11 miles north of the field, making right traffic and expecting ILS 15-mile final in around 5 minutes. Speed on start, and I think once we get to Pig Egg then that's it, we're happy to get towards Pig Egg, so let's manage the speed. And 4,000 blue, thrust out 1%, 4,000 blue. And we're going to now go direct to the waypoint Millis. There we go. And just as planned, here comes the glide slope. Not much to see outside, is there? It's very dark. Okay, platform altitude's 3,000 feet. And now we're going to go direct EO 412. Get rid of that hold. There it is. there is our runway. And yeah, we should have about a 9-mile final for this approach. Got a decent wind at the moment, blowing us to the left. Hello.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for landing.
Okay, I'll call when ready.
No problem.
It's like a strange sort of alignment, but then because of that wind, actually our track is a little bit almost misleading there. So, yeah, we're pointed that way when you'd think we perhaps want to go over here to establish, but actually we're being blown this way by the wind, so it's all okay. So, alt glide slope, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, flaps 1, speeds checked, flaps 1. Speed 180. Oh, my Navigraph apps have just crashed. Can't open the page because the server can't be found. Has anybody else just lost their Navigraph charts? What's going on there? It's weird. Dimon, that is self-loading cargo for the passengers and the cabin crew. There we go. Glide slope, start, lock, start. Just keep an eye on that speed. We'll get flaps 2 out in a minute. Missed approach altitude is 5,000 feet. Right, no idea what's going there, but I've just lost my Navigraph charts. EFB failure. Well, that's useless. Olbia traffic, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike, established runway 23, 8-mile final. Anybody, is everybody else's Navigraph still working okay? Navigraph good there, Fruit Bar? I didn't want to hear that. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2. This is a gorgeous looking approach in the daytime. DJ 32 gig. Right, so that's 5.5 mile final. Let's get her ready. Manage speed, gear down. Spoils armed. Flaps 3, speeds checked. Flaps 3. VAP is 144. Cabin crew seats for landing. A bit crosswindish, isn't it, that at the minute? Well, hopefully I won't need the charts to go around because my charts have just gone bang. We'll get it down first time. Landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around altitude is 5,000 feet, and incoming memo landing no blue. Did say there could be a little bit of a black hole effect. This wind I anticipate dropping off quite a bit, but it has just got bumpy. Look at this! Look at the wind speed changes. Jeez, it's good fun. definitely is bumpier than I was expecting tonight. I was expecting a nice easy approach this evening. Ground speed mini doing this thing. 500, alright, stable.
100 above.
Again, we're gonna dot out though. I'm not liking this. Minimum. Alright, continue. Prepared for bolt landing if we need it. Oh, it's windy.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Get down. Get down.
10.
That wasn't smooth. So I suppose I played first screen. Manual brakes. I'm going all over the bloody place. Floaty, floaty.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Didn't like
will
that.
shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched on. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers.
Right,
Take care
clear the runway.
in case anything falls out. Smoking is
Olbia
not
traffic
permitted
runway
in
23 vacated.
designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest
Well, they were
news,
just meant to be nice
and
headwinds, but
destination information, check out
that
our
didn't
official
happen.
Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
Right, we'll find somewhere to park and then we'll have a look at the airport. I was definitely in a mind to go around, and then I remembered I've got no charts, so I thought, sod it, we'll get down. Had we ended up with a long landing, though, we would have had to go around. Okay, let's find somewhere to park, and then we're going to check out this gorgeous new airport. I'm already loving the fact that we've got shrubs. They look well nice. They look very green for this time of year. I don't think I've ever heard a jazz version of Greensleeves played on the vibraphone before. Aviate, is that called ground effect? I'm not sure how well it is simulated that in the simulator, but I think it was more the fact the wind just didn't want to let me drop. Right, shall we set this to daylight then and have a good look around, because well, that's what we're all here for, isn't it? I might turn the music up for this bit. Okay, let's have a look. So this is version 2 of the airport, which I'm guessing if anyone wants a challenging landing, it might not be a bad place to go. Nice. Let's check this out. I wonder if the flags change direction depending on the wind. So this is the actual. I mean, I'll do the replay in a minute so you can see the airport from its as we're actually coming in. But yeah, this is the approach that we've just done. But the airport there, I think that looks really nice. And I guess the terrain that you've got around it might be sort of give some account for the wind, but they've not just done the airport either as well. Have a look. We've got all sorts of stuff. Is that like a major shopping mall? What's that? Steakhouse? I want to go there. Old West. I've never been here in real life, so I can't say how realistic that is, but that's nice. I love the fact that we've got the port models too. Let's go back to the airport. But yeah, an absolutely gorgeous place. I've never used PackX. No, always use self-loading cargo. So here it is. Here's our airport. Look at the control tower. You know what the first thing that I check is to see if there's anything in the control tower. That actually looks quite solid to me, so I'm going to guess they've not actually modelled inside it. What I like is how dirty the outside is. Lots of moss growing. Yeah, okay. So that's not being modelled, but it doesn't matter. Unless you're a VATSIM air traffic controller who likes to sit in the tower. Don't know how much they've done with the terminal. Ah, perfect. What I would consider to be sort of just enough, because you can actually see into this terminal if you park into the gate, so that you are going to be able to see, which is when I don't mind developers putting something in there, because you can actually see through it. Can I read that guy's newspaper? I don't think it's in English, so no. Yeah, that's what I would say is the right balance for me in terms of inside rendering. Forklift trucks knocking about. I don't know how much cargo this airport handles. All in high visors as well, so being very nice and professional. Looks like plenty of cargo bins over here actually. Firefighting aircraft, which of course very, very important. Amazing jobs those pilots do. But yeah, I think that airport actually looks pretty good. Now obviously there was version 1 as well, which was good, but they've just had a lot more detail to this. I love the surrounding area that they've also done to it. So let's have a look at how that looks on the approach. I'll get back in my aircraft and watch that rubbish landing. But yeah, I do like to see waving flags. It adds to the effect. It really does. In fact, let me try something. I don't expect this to work, but I'm going to try it. So if we get rid of the weather. I was going to see, because there's now no wind. Didn't know if the wind changed. Did the flags change direction? Oh! I think they do. The flags actually changed direction. I think, looking at what they're doing, they're either blowing one of two ways, depending on whether it's a... Oh no, they are doing the full thing. Oh, that's impressive. That's quite impressive. I like that. I suppose it's just a windsock at the end of the day, isn't it? But yeah, that's really neat. It's the little things. Right, let's check out this rubbish landing. But you can see such a scenic approach. I guess the wind's perhaps swirling off the the terrain over there. You can see it was a battle all the way down. Contrary, it looks so much better today. Yeah, you don't really get to appreciate it at night, do you? DJ Sonic, I use a little app called Sky Dolly. It's free, available to download from flightsim.to. Eating up runway there, weren't we? What was the landing rate in the end? I can't imagine it being that soft. It didn't look that soft. View from the other side. Nice hotel. Oh well, I think it's fair to say I've done worse, which you wouldn't believe, but I have. So guys, there it is, the new Orbx version 2 of Olbia in Sardinia, which looks very nice, and of course, as I say, the actual approach, well, look at that. If it had hit that at the right time, that's what it would have looked like, which... that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you on our next live stream, of course, to be announced on Discord as always. Remember, date for your diary is a week tomorrow for our Santa Fight. Of course, there will be snow, Potter. There will be loads of snow in Lapland. So thank you so much, everyone. A massive shout out as always to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members. You are all amazing. Thank you so much for your continued support, and I will leave you with this final replay. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Good night.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low.